Here's more wrestling news for June 19th, 2021. And your headlines for this afternoon include: Otis could be in line for a big push on SmackDown. WWE plans to cross over with NASCAR and NFL. Charlotte Flair makes a bold statement about an all-women's show in WWE. WWE superstar to get Muhammad Ali Sports Humanitarian Award. Why Bret Hart never appeared in AEW again. Piper Niven's new name on WWE Raw is now seemingly official. Latest update on Brock Lesnar lookalike Parker Boudreaux's status in WWE. WWE wrestler almost went blind after brain tumor. Tony Khan says AEW and WWE have a true competition. Top NXT superstars reportedly work SmackDown dark matches for officials, and more. We're starting off with SmackDown, and this week's show saw Otis continue his heel ways as his match with Angelo Dawkins never got underway. After injuring Montez Ford last week, Otis blindsided Dawkins before their match could begin after a cheap shot by Chad Gable. The Alpha Academy has been interesting to watch lately, and the fact that the pair have been dominating their feud against the Street Profits certainly bodes well for them. Winning a non-title feud like this would no doubt elevate Gable and Otis into the SmackDown Tag Team title picture, especially since they're holding their own against a team that dominated WWE's Tag Team division for so long in 2020. A non-title feud like this is sorely needed, as SmackDown is quickly running out of tag teams and title contenders for Rey and Dominic Mysterio. The Street Profits won't be affected by a loss, and it's good to see Otis has bounced back as a heel after losing the Money in the Bank contract that he held this time last year. Time will tell whether the Alpha Academy one day holds championship gold, but a push for the team is inevitable at this point. It's no secret that WWE have been struggling in the ratings as of late, and earlier this week, it was reported that the company is considering more themed shows, with some themes being pitched by Fox and the USA Network. Fightful Select reports that NBC Universal, who own the USA Network, are wanting to see more sports-integrated programming, which would see WWE integrate with NASCAR drivers, as NBC also has the rights to that too. It's also reported that an NFL special has been proposed for the launch of Sunday Night Football, which would see WWE use football themes for matches, and possibly NFL players and commentators too. This report didn't mention the rumors of the return of the King of the Ring or a viewer's choice special a la Cyber Sunday, which we imagine would both be more popular with fans than a football or NASCAR-themed show. We'll have to see which ideas the WWE ends up using on TV, as there's some big plans being considered for later this year. Now, earlier this month, Triple H had some strong words during a media call before NXT TakeOver in Your House, saying that there shouldn't be another all-female WWE event. Saying that a sequel to WWE's Evolution isn't a must-have, the game argued that the show would be anti-equality, saying WWE would be criticized for hosting an all-men's pay-per-view, ignoring the dozens of shows they've hosted that have only had men's matches. One person who was on WWE Evolution 2018 was Charlotte Flair, who discussed the idea of having a second women's exclusive event when speaking to the New York Post. She said, "I haven't, to be honest, heard a lot about it, but I've always said this: I want to wrestle on a show with men. I want to be the best of that night, regardless of man or woman. So, did I have a blast at Evolution? 100%. Do I think an all-women's show is great? Yes. Do I think that we need an all-women's show to have that platform to highlight and showcase what we can do? No. Just go out there on a Raw or SmackDown or NXT and show that you're the best no matter gender. Do I think it's great? Yes. Would it be exciting? Yes. But do I think it's something that has to be done? No. Because I want to be on a card where there are 8, 9, 10 matches with men and women and go, heh, I'm the best that night." WWE Evolution was a historic night for WWE, though one that didn't sell as well as the company had hoped. And whilst fans will still call for a second event, both Triple H and Charlotte Flair don't want to see another all-female show right now. It's no secret that Titus O'Neil loves giving back, as he's been working with several charities for years, and whilst a lot of his work goes unnoticed, that's because he wants it to. Now, the former WWE Tag Team Champion could be receiving a huge honor for his ongoing efforts, as he's a finalist for the Muhammad Ali Sports Humanitarian Award. The primetime player was a finalist for the award last year and is back this year as a Hall of Famer, having recently received the Warrior Award for his charitable efforts. O'Neal's competition this year includes the Chicago Cubs' Anthony Rizzo, Kansas City Chiefs' Laurent Duvernay-Tardif, and the WNBA's Lashia Clarendon of the Minnesota Lynx. Titus quietly retired from in-ring competition, but that doesn't mean he may not return for a one-off, and even if he doesn't win the award on July 12th, his contributions towards charity will not stop at all. AEW news now, and at Double or Nothing 2019, Bret Hart appeared for the company, introducing the AEW World Championship, but this didn't mark the start of any working relationship between the two parties. Bret was at StarCast 2019, the fan convention that was happening around the same time as Double or Nothing, and since he was around, was asked by AEW to make an appearance and agreed to it. Since then, the Hitman hasn't appeared in AEW, and now we have an idea why. During Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer explained that Bret's appearance for AEW was a last-minute decision and why he hasn't been back since. He said, "He knew he would get heat with Vince, but you know Bret, he didn't have a contract saying he couldn't do it, and he didn't worry that much about getting heat from Vince. So he worries to a degree because Natalya is still there and you don't want them to take out reprisals against her." In recent months, Vince McMahon has treated Natalya well, as she holds the WWE Women's Tag Team titles with Tamina, but given the past between Bret Hart and Vince, it's not hard to see why the Hitman was worried that working with AEW could have hurt his niece's career. Back to WWE, and this week, Piper Niven made her Raw debut as the partner of Eva Marie, but she wasn't called Piper Niven during the show. Instead, Niven has been called Eva Marie's mystery friend by WWE's YouTube channel, and it's been reported that her name will be changed to Doudrop on the main roster. Now, that report is practically confirmed, as WWE has filed a trademark for the name Doudrop, as it seems this new name is going to be made official on TV very soon. There was a time when it was believed that Eva Marie would be working alongside Parker Boudreaux after the pair were seen photographed together. Often compared to Brock Lesnar, Parker is set to become a big thing in WWE, but the NXT recruit has now suffered a setback. According to sources, Parker recently suffered an ankle injury and was only cleared yesterday, but has been impressing coaches with his performance as he continues to learn the ropes. Considered the next Brock Lesnar, Boudreaux has a lot to live up to, but it's a challenge that the self-professed destroyer of gods is ready to take on. While NXT could be a great place for Boudreaux to grow and showcase his skills, there's always the chance that WWE keeps him tucked away until he's ready to debut on the main roster, as they want to get things absolutely perfect for the next Brock Lesnar. Over to Raw, and 2021 has been a huge year for Omos, who captured the Raw Tag Team Championships in his debut match on the main roster at WrestleMania 37. Teaming with AJ Styles, the 7-foot star has been a breakout star of the year, but that nearly didn't happen. In an article from The Atlantic this week, it was revealed that Omos suffered from a tumor on his pituitary gland during college and that he nearly went blind because of it. Discussing his team with Styles, Omos called it the best thing that's ever happened to him, adding, "The best thing. That's the best I can put it. The best thing. He's been like a big brother to me. I just listen to him and absorb." At this time, the Raw Tag Team Champions haven't got a match booked for Hell in a Cell, but the fact that Omos can wrestle and even see is a victory in itself. More AEW, as since launching, fans of the promotion have called AEW genuine competition to WWE, and it's not hard to see why. After all, Dynamite dominated NXT in the Wednesday Night Wars, and whilst both companies claim to just focus on their own product, it remains likely that WWE doesn't consider AEW as proper competition just yet. Speaking to WFAN's Moose and Maggie show, AEW President Tony Khan discussed competing with Vince McMahon, saying, "There is no way around it, it's a true competition. I'm really excited about being a challenger brand and taking on a huge company. And I think for a long time fans were demanding an alternative, and AEW on TNT has given them that." Khan added that AEW has carved out a great fan base for themselves and is set to continue growing with the debut of AEW Rampage later this year. And time will tell whether AEW will ever be able to have an all-out war with Vince McMahon's sports entertainment juggernaut. And we're ending with more from SmackDown on Fox, as some of last night's most interesting action didn't occur during the broadcast. According to F4W Online, several names from NXT were backstage, including NXT champion Karrion Kross with Scarlett and North American champion Bronson Reed. Reed and Kross were brought in to work dark matches and for WWE officials to get a better look at them, though there's no word on who they wrestled in their matches, if not each other. Kross's SmackDown is especially interesting as there's been discussions in WWE for he and Scarlett to be called up soon. And after both men retain their titles at NXT TakeOver In Your House, we'll have to see what the future holds for two of the Gold brand's biggest stars. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.